up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do my 2023 Arsenal collection update. Thank you, Matt from Demolition Ranch. Definitely had this idea already, but you've been doing it for a while, and I really liked your most recent one. I don't have nearly as much as you do, so this one's probably going to be a lot shorter, not as much fun, but I'll kind of go over the rifles that I have and why I purchased each one and kind of my thought process going through the purchase. And I do apologize, guys, if I'm sniffing a lot and my allergies have been acting up the last about a week now. So before we get up into it, I do want to go over some housekeeping stuff. Thank y'all for getting us to 5,500 plus subscribers. I think we're at 55, 60, something like that. So thank y'all for that. We do also have other ways to monetize other than YouTube. Clearly the big billboard in the background, I started my firearm training company. I'm a NRA certified instructor. I don't do any of the NRA classes, even though I went and got the certification to be able to teach the classes. I kind of teach them case by case. I just have my own ideas whenever it comes to training. I always keep to the normal safety stuff, marksmanship and that sort of thing, but I don't like sitting in a classroom. I have ADHD, and that sort of thing just gets boring for me. But I do offer them. I just don't publicly offer them. Another thing, we are sponsored by Acre Gold, or affiliated, not necessarily sponsored. We're affiliated with Acre Gold. There will be a link to that in the description below. I have Amazon links to link to everything that I can find on Amazon that isn't a firearm. Will be linked in the description below. It'll be my clothing, some of the gear. I can find the LCAN, the ACOG, and some of these optics and stuff on Amazon, so I link to those in the description below. I will also put my website down below if you're interested in checking that out. I teach in Central Texas, specifically at Copperhead Creek Shooting Club, which is where we're at right now shooting this video. Thank you guys for at Copperhead, and that sort of thing. Also, the ammunition today I purchased from the ammo guy. It was a super sweet experience. I really enjoyed working with Xander, I believe was his name, and he sent me a free box of Hornady Black 545 for my AK so I could try it out. But without further ado, let's get up into the video. Alright, guys, so we're going to start out with the pistols. I don't know if I'm going to roll this in here or not. I may just cut this out, but I forgot to load one of the magazines, so that was my fault. I think everything here is loaded and everything here is zeroed. We are at 100 yards, or 85 yards roughly. That sign there, that sign over there, I don't know if you can see this hand on camera, but that sign there says 85 yards. So I'm going to attempt to hit with the pistols. I'm going to take a couple shots. If I can hit the steel, I'll hit the steel. If not, then sorry. So for starters, we're going to start off with my Sig Sauer P320 M17. I'll roll some B-roll in here of it here so y'all can see it up close. But I got mine outfitted with the Leopold Delta Point Pro. My only complaint about this is the dot. So I had bought this to go with this MCX and ended up not doing it, and so this one has a 1 MOA dot, so it's kind of a pain in the ass to shoot, but let's try to hit steel. Just off the right. Alright, that one was entirely my fault. Just off the right. There we go. All right. Oh shit, that's awkward. That went a little bit farther than I was expecting. So up next, I have another P320. This one is going to be the custom AXG with a shorter slide up top with still a 5-inch barrel with a thread. I do eventually want to get a suppressor. It did come with the suppressor height sights, I'm not interested in those. I really don't like them, just because they're that much higher over the bore, and this is already a very high bore handgun. This one does have the optic mount. I do plan on getting the Acro 2, I believe it is. But anyways, I bought this one just because it looked cool. Everybody else was envying it at the gun store. I was envying it. I picked it up, and I've always wanted a full metal handgun, and I love the Sig P320. So a couple gripes I had about this one is it doesn't have a manual safety, to each their own. Doesn't have any like physical safety on it, like a trigger safety or a manual safety. It's all like internal passive safeties, and not too keen on those. I do want to say that with this magwell here, you can only fit the 21 rounders or the Legion magazines. But anyways, we're gonna attempt to hit that target. Ooh, that was way high. Oh, I flinched on that one. Yeah, sorry guys. All right, we're gonna try to reset here. Again, so for safety precautions, you do want to not put this back in the magazine. This is terrible. I'm sorry guys. Ammo's expensive and I don't have a sponsor, and okay. But anyways, you don't want to put this right back in there. You don't want to immediately eject it, especially on a range like this. You do want to wait for it to potentially cook off. I did wait quite a bit of time before actually, you know, taking this thing out. So there was a little bit of time there, but you're supposed to wait about 30 seconds. I did not wait 30 seconds, obviously. But we're going to attempt to reshoot this because I think it was just a light strike. All right. Oh, and that flinch there, yeah, that was entirely just anticipating recoil. I do that every once in a while, okay? Should we end it there? Like, all right, I'm gonna try to get one more. Oh, that's off. Okay, the sight is right on it, but because of the suppressor height iron sights, I keep shooting low. So let me, again, anticipate. All right, we're waiting. Okay, cool. So, for all intents and purposes, I will end up shooting that later off camera, so I don't do it for a second time. I'm gonna put the handguns away. I keep flinching like a dumb bitch. I'm just like super excited, super eager to get this video done. I've not got a lot of time. I'm gonna sit here and shut up with the excuses. Oh, that was right off. There it is. All right, cool. So, with those flinches out of the way, guys, yeah, I am a certified NRA instructor, passed all the qualifications and everything, and I still flinch. So, you out there watching this video, you already know you flinch, so fuck off. All right. So up next is the Sig MCX Rattler. I will actually be removing this from the channel going forward until the Sig brace frickin' thing, or the brace thing goes out of the loop here. I think we've been pushed back to February. Honestly, if they're gonna give us free SBRs, like I don't have to pay the $200 tax stamp, I'll do it, just because I wanted to SBR this thing. I just don't want to pay the tax stamp. But anyways, that was just right over. Dude, these are intense. God dang. All right, let's see if I can hit it. There we go. Okay. So it's actually shooting at the top of the little ring. There's like, as far as this reticle goes, it has like a half horseshoe kind of half moon thing. I hope y'all can hear me over the gunshots in the background, but there's like a half moon thing with the dot, and I have to aim with the half moon thing in order to hit the shot. So I think it's because these are 110 and I zeroed with 125. I don't know if that's going to make that big of a difference, but who knows. Oh, shoot. I didn't even talk about why I bought this one. So I bought this one back whenever I got my bodyguard licensing, so that I could, you know, fold this brace here and tuck it up under a jacket. Obviously wasn't going to have this gigantic honking optic here, but so that I could tuck it up under a jacket. I was going to use this thing, keep it kind of low profile, and then tuck it under a jacket like this, or, you know, use it in a bag. And so it kind of became my everyday carry gun. I just shoved it in a backpack because it's the perfect size to fit in a backpack, and I just carry this thing around with me every day as my EDC. That's why I bought that one. So this right here is going to be my Sig 516. I bought this one after the fire. I was already eyeballing it. I wanted to put the ACOG on it and put this on my first 716i, but then I put it on here and I really liked the way it looked, so I just left it on here. I really dig the Elkins. I have some minute gripes, but I'll do a more in-depth video on this after I get some more time with it. But the Sig 516, I really like the 416 from HK. The Sig 516 is supposed to be a step up from that. Basically, the adjustable gas block and some other things that Sig decided to do, which I think HK finally caught up. So this is like, could be null and void at this point, but it was only 1,100 bucks, so I wasn't going to complain, and I needed a kind of a defensive kind of dual kind of defensive rifle. Usually people go with the AR-15 or the 20-inch M16 looking AR-15s, but I went with this one because nostalgia, I guess. But yeah, let's put some rounds down range. What? Alright, it's shooting a little bit to the left, so I do need to probably get in there and touch up the zero on that one, but I did ring some steel with it. Definitely like this rifle. It's really nice. It's my first gas rifle. I did want a gas rifle instead of a DI gun, so that's why I went with this one. And then up next we've got the the AK, the Polish Tantal AK from Century Arms, and I really dig it. I bought it from Sportsman's Finest. The gunsmith used to have this one, and so I bought it. I really kind of dig the flat dark earth look, and we'll talk more about that whenever I get into the 716i. You can tell it doesn't look like when I bought it. If you've watched the channel, I've put some Magpul stuff on it. Threw on the Bravo Company Gunfighter foregrip, vertical grip, whatever they call it. It's not even vertical, but I really dig these, and so they go on all or most of my rifles. But yeah, I needed an AK. I wanted an AK for the channel to do our gear, armor and gear testing. This one does have kind of like that ambidextrous style safety, kind of, sort of, and so I did like it. I liked all the features that came with it. This stock has got to go. I'm not a big fan of this stock. Some people like it, but I don't. But anyways, before I ramble on and start talking in circles, let's put some rounds down range. This one I could not get zeroed properly, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit it from back here, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just shooting a little bit high. But yeah, I really like the 545. It's soft shooting. It's just, I mean, it's a lot of fun to shoot. I mean, it has the same ballistics as a 556. It's got a 60 grain projectile instead of a 62 or 55 grain projectile. I just really dig it. I love how I talk shit about it. I'll go pick up that later. I forgot the ejection pattern on the AK is weird. But I do talk shit about the AK. just because I'm an AR guy, and yeah, it's just good fun. But I really like the AK. It works really well with this ACOG. Just can't wait to get the new stock. Moving on, we've got the new, oh jeez, I overloaded this mag, so I'm not taking it out. I had to force it in there, so we'll see if I can even charge the bolt. But this is the new Sig 716i. I think they call it the snake bite. Just some of the you know, off the top differences. It has a 2-stage match trigger, and it has a muzzle brake instead of that 3-prong flash hider. It does have a very tame recoil, in my opinion, compared to the other one. This one also has that FDE kind of two-tone look to it. I really like this. I'm going to end up doing my 5.16 like this one. That way I can kind of keep the theme the same. And yeah, let's try to shoot this thing. Ah, motherfucker. Son of a bitch. When you overload the magazine and force it into the rifle. Alright kids, don't do this at home. Chris is just retarded. Alright, cool. So we're gonna lock the bolt to the rear, and then we're gonna do it like this. So that, kids, is why you don't overload the magazine, because it can be a pain in the ass to get back in there. And I just zeroed this thing. I was dead on, so we'll see where we're at. I zeroed it at 50 yards, so we'll see. That's on 4. Let's see where we're at with 1. Oh. There we go. Just having a hard time getting that 1 up there. This thing's a lot of fun to shoot, I'm not gonna lie. But before we waste all of our ammo, that's another thing. This one sticks too. I think it's because it's new. All right, we're just gonna freaking oh, I flinched like a dipshit. There we go. But anyways, guys, I really dig this gun. It's by far probably my favorite 308 right now, next to this guy. Oh shoot, I got a little too far ahead of myself. I didn't even talk about why I bought this one. So I bought this one because I wanted to have the 308 or the 716 that matches the 516. So I went to the store to try to pick it up, and they had already sold it. So I had already sold my other 716i to my brother, and I saw this in there, and I was like, you know, let's just, you know, rinse and repeat. Let's just, you know, buy this one, sell it again once another 716 comes in stock. But after shooting this one, I really like this one, so I may not end up selling this one. So it's just really fun to shoot, super smooth, super fun, you know, can't complain there. But yeah. All right, and up next, the final trick for this video, we've got the M1A and the EBR chassis. So I've wanted an M1A forever, since I can remember, and I really liked the Sage EBR chassis, and so I had every intention of just buying a normal M1A, M14, whatever you want to call it, and then throwing the chassis on it. Well, this one just happened to come about, and I had to sell 2 other rifles. I sold the 308, or no, not the 338, and my other Colt AR to purchase this thing. I had every intention of buying the 338 again, but whenever I went to buy it, the gentleman wasn't interested in selling me his 338. So yeah, it's kind of rough, but you know, it is what it is. I do kind of want to get a nicer 338 for the channel, so as we grow and as we get monetized, I do want to kind of go about upgrading. So talk about the build a little bit, since I already told you why I bought it. So I want to build this thing out like the M39 EMR that the Marine Corps uses. Clearly the scope is not correct. The bipod might be correct. That was a little bit of a fiasco trying to find it. This one's the SLS, I think is what they called it. So I think that's the proper bipod for it. I believe this is the proper muzzle device. I don't even know if y'all can see that. It may be too high for the camera, not sure. But yeah, I'll roll in some B-roll of this one too. Actually, I'll just roll in the B-roll at the end as well. I think I did it in the beginning for the intro, and then also I'll run it through in the end so you can kind of look at them again after I've talked about them. The LaRue, shoot, I don't remember the model number, but the LaRue cantilever mount thing for the M1A is what I'm using here. This one apparently has the SOCOM contract, so it is, you know, correct for a, you know, military build. But it also it's also relatively inexpensive. You have to call in and order it directly from them. They don't have it on their website, so if you do want this, you got to call in and order it. This is just a placeholder optic. There's a placeholder optic on the 338, and it's a placeholder optic on this one. I do want to get the 5 to 25 by 56, I think. I want the Vortex Strike Eagle one, just because I'm a Vortex guy, and that one's the closest to the magnification of the original, the actual one I'm trying to go after. I just don't have the Schmidt and Bender money, so that's that. But anyways, let's put some rounds down range. Sorry, I got a little bit of a rambling on there. I'm sorry. Firearms is my passion, so if y'all haven't figured that out. Oh, I pulled that one. Oh. So yeah, I really dig this gun. Some of y'all may be out there, why aren't you using the bipod? Because YouTube and comments are weird. But yeah, I mean, I really dig it like this setup. I may do some mag dumps for some B-roll, but I will see you guys on the next one, I guess. But if y'all really enjoyed this video, I'd like for y'all to give a thumbs up. If you think I deserved it, I'd love to get a subscribe. Hopefully over the next few years we will be able to get more content for y'all, more firearms for the channel, and you know, hopefully we can help you out that way. I mean, my channel, I want to, you know, put toward firearms, gear reviews. It's actually on my other Don't Tactical channel. I think it's Don't Tactical Reviews. I wanted to kind of keep it separated just in case this channel got demonetized because of firearms. I had a backup option for monetization on YouTube. But yeah, if you know anybody in Central Texas who's interested, I've got a firearm training company. You know, all the dates will be published on my website. I do offer private lessons. My brain just shut off. Private lessons, and those are whenever you're available to do it. And so, but anyways, guys, with I like to ramble, I like to talk, so I do apologize for this. But anyways, guys, y'all have a good one, and I'll roll in some B-roll right now, and I'll do some mag dumps. Catch you on the next one. It got hot.